Have you guys heard about
Oh.
the Lunar Crater Radio Telescope?
Ooh, I know the concept.
Yeah, so I guess NASA just gave out, according to this article at Science Alert, their round of grants for their favorite up-and-coming innovative space projects, and one of them is to fit a 1 kilometer wide telescope inside a crater on the far side of the moon.
Yes.
How dope is this?
Yes.
So they're literally going to just suspend wires across a crater on the far side of the moon and make a giant radio telescope out of it.
Yes.
And it's called the Lunar Crater Radio Telescope, LCRT.
Yes.
So a couple of different things about it that are groundbreaking about this. One is just the size of it. Where did it say that the FAST telescope here on Earth is the biggest radio telescope right now, and I think this is like 3 times bigger than that.
And it'd be in the wake of Earth noise, like.
Yeah, that was the second part. Yeah.
Sorry, spoiler.
Duh. No, like right here in this image,
yeah.
you can see the sun, the Earth, and all the Earth noise from the radio, stuff that we have going on here would be blocked by the moon. So, yeah.
Do they already have a crater in mind?
I'm guessing so. Does it say here? Didn't see if they had the actual name of the crater. I'm sure they already have one.
What phase of development is this? Is this like actually? I mean, are we in like just phase 1 of like studying it to see how tangible it is, or like?
Yeah.
Or is this like, hey, we're actually in? I forget how the system works there for that type of stuff.
SpaceX is going to have to pay for this for Starlink. That's how it's going to happen.
Well, so this shows how it works. They actually land in the middle of the crater, and then they have these rovers that crawl up the side of the crater and then anchor the ropes and spread out this mesh that gets suspended in the crater.
I love that.
Yeah.
Oh,
but yeah, so the FAST, the 500 meter aperture spherical telescope, so that's 500 meters wide. So this would be twice as wide as that one.
Mm-hmm.
With no Earth noise whatsoever.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Why didn't they do that earlier? That seems like a great idea.
I've been waiting for some radio telescopes and stuff on the far side of the moon for those exact reasons. It just makes so much sense.
I mean,
Well, it says right here that they're not clear exactly which crater will be used for the job, so we don't know which crater yet. But they've got plenty to choose from.
Yeah.
I mean, isn't radio astronomy basically the bulk of it at this point? Like, I know we want photos, but if my understanding is radio telescopes are what drive most of the data we collect.
Yeah, basically.
It's especially good for seeing back to the very, very early universe and the edge of the universe, which is the same thing, because as the universe has expanded, as space-time has expanded, then those those electromagnetic waves traveling all that distance get stretched into the radio spectrum.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what James Webb's going to be all about when it finally goes up, hopefully next year.
I think I saw another rendering of that, Joe, right here. If you guys can see this.
See, the Empire was always misunderstood. That was just a telescope, guys.
Yeah. It had some green lasers. For those of you listening, there's this moon that this group of people made one time, but it wasn't a moon. And it got called the Death Star.
They were trying to take some measurements at the end of the universe, at the distant universe, and Alderaan was in the way. So they had to... Alderaan was the Starlink satellite.
And they wanted Leia just to be there, to see the experiment. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, she's really into astronomy.
She's like, you pointed it the wrong way. Sorry. We didn't know it was going to transit at that time.
So speaking of...
Luckily, they only redid that over and over again.
Yeah,
that's like their one trick in every single movie is making another Death Star.
That's what I hate. Sorry, real quick. Mini rant, really fast. Why is that the end all for every movie is like they're going to destroy a planet or a world or a sun or a star? Like, why isn't it some other... Give us some other bad guy.
It's just like a virus.
No,
like
it doesn't have one
It doesn't have to kill everyone. Why not something that's just trying to kill the main character? Like one person, one bad guy doing one bad thing. Like, why does it have to be like, we're going to destroy worlds? I'm not connected to that world. I don't care.
Yeah.
One of the things I really liked about Rogue One was that they explained that the guy who designed the Death Star, forcibly designed the Death Star, purposefully put in this weak spot.
Oh, right. Yeah, because they had to
that
find
was always
an
the one
answer
thing. It's
there.
like they've got this Death Star. It's like, well, let's just put this one little porthole where all you have to do is, drop a quarter in there and everything blows up.
Yeah. For 6
Yep.
movies.
Real quick though, staying on this rant, was Luke using the Force to curve the photon laser torpedo thing down into the
that
vent?
always bothered me.
Like,
How
I
did he
didn't
curve it in
understand that.
there?
How did it? Is that the Force? Like, why
Obi-Wan
didn't
told him to use the Force.
why don't they
I guess.
just use the Force to destroy the Death Star? Like, just from sitting at home, like,
Yeah.
like, why do you have to? If you can drive a laser beam down a shaft or whatever, like, just I don't know.
Just
gotta
shoot it from, a light
Yeah.
year away.
Yeah, just hang
guide
out
it there.
Do you have your blaster in the living room? Open the window.
Like the Guardians of
Makes
the
sense
Galaxy
to
guy
me.
with the arrow.
People are
Oh,
saying,
yeah.
Maybe he was the second guy on the grassy knoll.
"Oh, Tom says it was a ventilation hole. It was sucked in." Oh, that's a strong ventilation hole to suck in
Okay.
a laser beam.
What's it sucking in? It's space.
Ventilation. He told you what it's sucking in. It's sucking in ventilation.
Hey, thanks for checking us out, guys. I hope you enjoyed this clip from our podcast.
We do a weekly show here on YouTube, so make sure to subscribe to Our Ludicrous Future, where we discuss all the things that are going to make our future totally ludicrous.
You can join us here on YouTube or at any of your favorite podcast places. Plus, if you want to get some behind-the-scenes stuff and join a cool community, you can help support the channel at patreon.com. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, guys.